Hello, Lara Joe. I'm going to be doing energy clear and collective update, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, you're having a beautiful night. If you have any questions, please by all means ask. If you're just here lurking, by all means, that's cool too. Let me do some adjustments as we go along here. Hold on. Hopefully, that's more center. I'm trying multiple records, so. Do a little energy clear. Let's see. Take a big breath in. Blow it out. Take another big breath in. Blow it out. And take another big breath in. And blow it out. So take a big breath in. Blow it out. How have you let the stress of the day carry into your evening or into home? And how do you release it and let go? So I'm going to be here to play around, and hopefully you'll come and join me. Do another little energy ring. So just take a big breath in from it and hold it. I'll let it go. So take a big breath in. I want you to blow it out. Let all the worries of the world melt away at your feet. Gonna do a little collective read, just doing an energy clear right now. I'm Lara Joe, Siren Song Lover, High Priestess, pain in the butt. Anyway, doing a little sound bowl clearing. Let's do a little tarot. See what we get into tonight. So here I have the Cat Tarot. Beautiful Siamese. I am a cat lover at heart, so let's call in the energy, or let's knock out the old energy of the deck. At the bottom was Page of Pentacles, which Page of Pentacles is like broke energy. No thank you. Ooh, coming out right on the top of the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is that inner knowledge. How do you go within to attain higher knowledge? Hierophant that's Taurus energy, that's very stable, grounded. When we think of Hierophant and inner knowledge, I always think of like the Pope, or that very, like that source to God is. So Hierophant, how are you going within and using that inner divine knowledge that you have within yourself to make the best decisions about your life? Wheel of Fortune, when you start cutting out the things that are not meant for you, when you start using higher knowledge, discernment, when you start moving out of intuition. Ooh, my kitties are going wild out there. Wheel of Fortune, when you start walking away and letting go of the things that you are guided to do. Wheel of Fortune is luck. That is, luck is turning on your side. Everything aligns for it all just to flow downhill smoothly. So when you start using that knowledge, when you start connecting to Source, to God, to your body, to feeling what you need to be doing for your path, because if you're not on your path, the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn against your favor. Like if you're doing the things that God or your ancestors, angels have told you not to do, the Wheel of Fortune will turn and it'll spin you right around. It's going to put you on the hamster wheel. So use internal knowledge to move intuitively through life. When you're following maybe poor advice from friends or people that don't wish you well, you start finding yourself in situations that maybe aren't serving your highest good. The High Priestess, that's in reverse. So High Priestess in reverse, this is saying that when you're out of balance, when you're not in touch with that divine path, you can't manifest. When you're not taking accountability for what's bad in your life, you can't manifest good things. Just like when you can't take accountability for like the good things, like it is so hard. I know as a female, it's so hard to graciously accept when we're not sitting in our embodiment and we're not being receptive. We can't accept our manifestations. So if we cannot gracefully accept, then also like we block ourselves. So when we're not accepting guidance from a higher source, we block our intuition. Queen of Cups is sitting in that emotional embodiment and wellness and living that happy life because she knows that she's stable. So far, we're feeling some earth energy, Hierophant with Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It's late, I'm tired. And then we have High Priestess and Queen of Cups. That's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So we're dealing with that divine embodiment of emotions, and again, using higher knowledge, using that spiritual knowledge to bring about good karma for you. When you start moving with the universe instead of against it, all the lights will turn green. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. That's great life advice for myself. When I stop fighting what the universe wants to give to me, the life becomes a lot easier. Ace of Swords. Use logical discernment with the knowledge that you have available to you to make choices that they may hurt. There may be collateral damage. Yet it's the decision that needs to be made. Ace of Swords. So using logic, discernment will bring in a logical solution. Ace of Swords is always like that. How do we best move through this situation rapidly in order to get to the best outcome? So, Ace of Swords. Let's see. Hopefully you're having a beautiful night out there. Weather is treating you well. I think like the weather here changes so rapidly. I need to upload videos of the storms that roll through during the summer, because one second it'll be sunny and then the next second you're in a downpour. Knight of Swords. How are you running from the downpours in your life that maybe you've been avoiding? Knight of Swords is that playful energy. Like, yes, we're out getting exercise. Maybe we need to be using our time wiser. So using logic and discernment around decisions that maybe are hard, instead of playing off and slacking off. Like actually putting motivation and work behind whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish and whatever it is that you're trying to go after. So we have a lot of air energy out here. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Let's see. Is that Six of Swords? It is Six of Swords. Okay, Six of Swords. So sixes could be confirmation for you, because then the Six of Wands also popped out with that. So sixes are about balance, and how are we bringing into balance in our life? So how are we bringing those things that maybe brought us heartbreak, deception, betrayal? The other thing about swords are typically like mind games, manipulation, treachery, betrayals. So when we see Six of Swords, how are you reviewing the past not to get stuck in rumination? How are you reviewing in the past to be able to move better next time? We can't fix what happened. We can only fix how we react the next time that situation comes up. Six of Wands. So this also speaks to the past of how are you balancing your passions and not letting your passions maybe overtake your life. Like, don't get so distracted by those past distractions. Don't get distracted by that mental imprisonment and from the past. Don't let past obligations weigh you down. Start using those swords to logically cut away ties that maybe are not necessarily for your highest good. Four of Wands. I love Four of Wands energy. Four of Wands is stability. When there's good cards around it, Four of Wands is that's stability, that's happily ever after. When you think of a house, it has four walls. And when you think of a partnership, we both have male and female within ourselves. And when we have a partner, they have male and female also. So when we, Four of Wands in a partnership is that balancing and developing between the two parties. So Four of Wands, I love that. When you start using, like when you start moving past distractions and using discernment, then you can start bringing in a stable foundation. How are you bringing in your counterpart if you are looking for love? Or how are you bringing in stability into your life, whether it be a new home or whether it be additions to your finances? And the beauty of this is the cat tarot. I love cats. I am a crazy animal lover. Anyway, so if you look, like one is black and gray and one is white, and so it's that balancing, like the polarity in life. Like he's off working and she's smelling the flowers. So when you have a counterpart, it's how do you both each like flow and embrace into your own male and female polarity, and also how do you each complement and counterbalance each other's playful and or serious work side. Five of Wands. That betrayal around passions, maybe passions and ventures with others. You need to start clearing that away from your life. Five is change. It's change in structure. So if we go from going to a house, Four of Wands, when we go to Five of Wands, well, now we don't have stability, but we don't have enough to maybe create a new foundation. It's like there's instability there. So Five of Wands is taking those passions and maybe discerning, hey, who am I playing with? Is this passion serving me? Do I need to be investing my time elsewhere? Seven of Wands. So this is all of those options, all of those choices. So we're building in wands here. So we were looking for stability. So the Four of Wands kind of came in between, like Six of Wands and Five of Wands and Seven of Wands. So all of this is very passionate. It's fiery. We are in Leo season currently. Wands are the fire signs immensely, and again that deals with like our creative spark and our flame and what drives us. So when we think of fire, we think of what is that primal feel, what drives us. So Wands, that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All of this instability, all of this chaos, all of these maybe parties that were fanning your fire, but they were consuming you for their own gain, it has to go. The Tower must come. And Tower, that's heavy Scorpio energy, and the Tower is deep and transformative. Everything must go. Like, those cats are just gone. Because when the Tower crumbles for anyone, there's no coming back for that. When towers hit, I always like to think of, if it's not actual damage, it's internal mental like ego endings or ego deaths and dark nights of the soul. So sometimes when we say, oh, there was a tower card or the death card comes out, that's like an ego death. That's like once that flashpoint hits, nothing will ever be the same again. So when you refuse to let go, because ultimately we want to seek higher knowledge, we want the Wheel of Fortune. So the Hierophant is higher knowledge. The Wheel of Fortune, we want that to turn in our favor. So that was a card that had come out previously. We want that to turn in our favor. So in order to attain Four of Wands, I don't know if you're like the collective that I'm currently in, life has just been crazy. And the towers keep coming, and when you don't let go of things willingly, universe, source, God, whatever will take it away from you. And sometimes in order to get your Four of Wands, your happily ever after, when that tower comes, and this goes with sitting in like Queen of Cups and High Priestess, when those towers come for you, you have to understand that sometimes this is for higher good. Towers aren't always meant to destroy. Sometimes towers, those storms are meant to clear a path. When we are carrying burdens or boulders that maybe necessarily aren't our own, we get tired. And when you put it down, when things are taken away from you, like with tower moments or with storms, anything, you're forced to give it up. And then you realize when all of that is done, when you can't pick up that thing because it's beyond damage, you realize how liberating it is to give it up. So don't be afraid of tower moments. Don't be afraid of ego deaths. Don't be afraid of any of those things, because when they come, it's things being removed from your life that you had clung to, like broken toys that should have been gone 3 years ago, but you couldn't get rid of it because so-and-so had given it to you. It isn't doing anything. It's just taking up space. It's cluttering up life. Why are you holding on to it? So sometimes things will just come into your life and take it away so that you can't hold on to it. Embrace that. Lean into that. Love that, because I know it feels awful, yet when we let go of things, this is the art of detachment. When we want something, when we're manifesting, when we want something, or when things are really hard in life, and you have to ask for it, but then you have to be willing to detach. So we have to be more willing and gracious also, and sit in our embodiment of feminine energy, of letting go and detaching when things are no longer in our highest good and benefit. I'm going to pull a few more cards from the Cat Tarot, and then I have a whole score of cards over there. So we'll see what we get into. If you like my vibe, I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. I can be found on Cash App, Siren Song Lover. If you would like to sew into my ministry, I would love it. Broke girl here, fighting all kinds of battles against all kinds of people, because I don't know. I don't think you're a big person though if you have to get a group of people to come against one woman. Like, really? Anyway, Three of Cups. That is the joke of that. Three of Cups is third party interference, or other people maybe being a hype man. So sometimes people come against you. I love when Source confirms like that. People will come against you because like they aren't strong enough to do it by themselves. So King of Swords, who have you been dealing with that is harsh with their words? This is a masculine energy that he wants what he wants. He's very cutting. He doesn't care about your feelings. Three of Cups. So maybe he was heartbreak, betrayal with a third party, or outside interference. King of Swords is that, again, just very cutting. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, masculine energy, or it can be a feminine in her masculine energy. Seven of Swords, betrayal, deception, heartbreak, who's been sneaking around behind your back. So this energy collective shift, whoever you've been dealing with, like they've been out dipping where maybe they shouldn't be. There's been betrayals, deception. This man is cold, he's cutting. The female, like Queen of Swords, is known as the widow queen or the divorce queen because we're known as Libras or as air signs to be very swift and logical in our cutting off. So typically with Aquarius and Libra, once they make a judgment call on you, they don't come back. So the King of Swords also is that kind of that widower vibe, and he's got like that too cool playboy. He doesn't care about anybody's feelings. He isn't crying to sell himself to sleep at night. That's what he pretends. I don't know. Maybe that's just ad-libbing. Maybe that's projecting. Who knows? Hope you're having a beautiful night. I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. If you have any questions, please ask. The Hierophant coming out again. So using higher knowledge, Taurus energy. That's actually, so Hierophant is Taurus energy. It's Earth by virtue of Taurus. It's also Venus energy. So Venus in Taurus and Libra. It's kind of, again, using that knowledge of realms that maybe not everybody sees. So it's that intuition, that direct connection, source to God. So Venus and being an intuitive sign. Let's see what else popped out. Okay, my friend. So you were dealing with a masculine that was very cutting. This isn't a nice guy. I mean, when he's balanced and he's being kind, he's nice because then he uses logic and discernment for the highest good of all. He has had you in betrayals and heartbreaks and having other people checking on you and having other people maybe interfering with your watering supply. Sometimes these King of Swords, they don't want to be with you, yet they don't want anyone else to be with you. So sometimes they will have others sneak around you to cause heartache, to cause people to reject you. Queen of Pentacles. Use that higher knowledge. Tap into that. Sit into that embodiment of divine abundance and bounty. Queen of Pentacles, she's got time to play. She's got time to have a good life because she has a stable foundation. She has a stable castle. She's got food in her bowl. She gets to push it around. So when you start cutting out those parties that don't have the best interest, they want to play games, and you use that Venusian, use that love, that embodiment, that higher knowledge, you sit in abundance. If you're not here to help, move. Like, that's what you need to start telling people. When you start realizing that people aren't there for that path to keep going forward faster, tell them to move. Use discernment. Because if you want that bag, if you want to find abundance, if you want to find happiness, you have to start using knowledge. You have to start seeing between the lines or the bigger picture in order to get to the pentacles. Strength. This takes strength. When giving up toxic or challenging dynamics, strength is absolutely needed. Until I knew, I didn't know the amount of abuse that happens after you leave a toxic masculine. Like, you need all the strength in the world, because anyway, okay, I digress. Knight of Pentacles, that when you need to rebuild your pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is, you're starting to get the bigger picture. You're starting to have the strength and the discernment to what you need to water. So what I was going to say is, when you give up toxic situations or toxic habits, you become unpopular, because those people that have those toxic habits, they want to do that thing. When I went sober and gave up drinking, people that I rocked with no longer rocked, because I no longer want to entertain their bullshit. They liked when they could pull one over on me. So when you start giving up those situations, those people that it just doesn't feel good, because it feels like they're sneaking you in the back, or it feels like they're gossiping, or they're grouping up together, it takes a lot of strength to start giving up those people. I know that sounds counterproductive, but it really becomes hard when people don't talk to you because you don't want to be abused. So walking away from those situations takes a lot of strength. I had so many, it was ironically other people that were abusive, but they'd be like, well, why don't you talk to so-and-so? You've known them forever. Yeah, I don't need to talk to people that don't make me feel good about life, about my body, about myself. Hermit. I love the Hermit card. Okay, so 2 cards. I absolutely love these cards. This is especially for higher knowledge. This is especially for ascension. So for those of you that maybe are just starting on your journey, the Hermit is, well, the Hermit and the Hierophant are both about going within. And these are both about pentacles. So there's pentacles all over the place too. So that's Earth, that's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The Hermit is Virgo. And Hermeticism is, how do we heal ourselves? Medicine is built off of Hermes or Hermit principles, Hermeticism's principles, and that's how are we self-healing. The Hermit is, I need to go within. I need to go hide away for a little bit. And the Hierophant is also about, how do we seek that? That's ancient knowledge. Black cats, if you know anything about black cats and like spirituality, like black cats, those are the cats that are, they're the OGs. They've lived 1 million lives, because being a black cat's hard. That's not for the faint. I know that sounds silly, and that may be a side train, but cats are a thing for me. I love cats. They're ancestors. We need to honor them greatly, because they are huge protectors. They protect our physical perimeter from pests, but they also protect our internal perimeter, like of the house, from spiritual guests that maybe we don't necessarily want to be in there. So cats kind of straddle both lines of the veil. The Hermit is, how do you go within? How do you kind of have yourself both in and outside of the environment to figure out what's going on? Sometimes you have to hermit. Sometimes you have to hide away from everyone. And like I say, kind of in, kind of out, and just hear your own voice. So giving up toxic people, places, things, well, it was really hard, because the silence on their end was deafening. They wanted me to stay toxic. They wanted me to stay dysfunctional. They wanted to pin that on me. And when I started choosing me, when I started choosing healthier patterns, because what I realized was, in order to hang around with these people, I had to self-medicate. I had to drink. Otherwise, there was no way I could handle being around them because they were horrible people. And around them, I became a horrible person. I became the worst version of myself. So going within, shutting out those other voices to maybe hear what's in your best interest. So I'm going to switch gears. We'll go to a different Oracle deck. I'm Lara Jo. Hopefully you're having a good night. Let's see what we got going on. Okay. We are going to pull from Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle. Let's see. What embodiment of nature do you need today? Ooh, that was way too much. Anyway, hold on. Maybe I should grab those. Oh, okay. We're going to do a reshuffle on that, and I'm going to pick those up off the floor. Give me un momento, por favor. Hope you're having a beautiful night. I'm Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover. Give me one moment. Cool. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm figuring out life just like the rest of us, right? Anybody else got it figured out yet? I don't. I've tried. I had it all figured out. I had a family instability once, and then I tried not having it figured out, and yeah. Okay. So apparently when I cleared the deck last time, I made the energy go wild. So let's try clearing again. All right. Crystal quartz. Focus. How do you need to focus? Oh gosh. Okay, so this is beautiful. First off, purple is royalty. Always love purple. Purple is royalty. That's divine. That's, you know who you are. So crystal quartz focus. When you start bringing attention to the crown chakra, channeling through your crown, you're going to have laser focus. So where this is beautiful, lightning round. It's the lightning round. You're going to have a breakthrough. So when you start focusing, I'm going to add that here. So 8 is karma. 8 is karma. When you start using laser focus in your crown and you start embodying that divine knowledge, that higher knowledge, you'll start using your crown. You'll start walking in that higher path. When you start tapping in and aligning and walking in a higher path, you'll have a lightning breakthrough. So 8 is karma. You're putting in the hard work. Or if you haven't been putting in the hard work, then today is the best day to start. And one of the recent traps I've gotten into, because I'm always like, oh, that sounds really cool, but then I just don't do it. So now I normally have all the stuff for the idea I want to do. I've already set it up so long ago. It's like, do it now. The universe loves speed. If you have an idea, do it now and act on it now. That's how you get breakthroughs. When you start channeling, and we are currently, okay, so we're in the year of 8. 2024 is the year of 8, so that's karma. So everything, past life, present life, today, right now, that's all coming into balance. Also, we just came up on a Capricorn full moon. So we had 2 Capricorn full moons back to back, which is, whew. So the Capricorns were in the microwave for a little bit. They were having a hard time because we had 2 Capricorn back full moons. We just released a 16-year karma cycle. So release. This comes to this card, Dandelion Healing. Release your heavy burdens. start healing your body. 9 is completion. So let go of things. Start allowing new things to come in. You'll start healing things. You'll start having breakthroughs when you start focusing on what you need. If you need pentacles, if you have an idea, if you want to do something, focus on you. No one else can do it for you. And my little whatever that I was saying about how if I had the pieces I needed to do it, because if I don't do it, then I'm not going to do it. And then I say like, oh, I thought I should have done that last time. So that example came up as there was Dancing in the Rain, and I was like, oh, I should record that. Well, it rained the other day, and I danced in the rain, and I was like, I have all this stuff, so I set up to record it. It actually turned out to be a really cool video. So if you have an idea and you're bored, throw something against the wall and stick. And I know that sounds counterproductive because we're like, oh, focus on playing. Sometimes the biggest way to bring in pentacles is to focus on playing, or not focus on playing. You'll have breakthroughs. You'll have healing. Hopefully any of that made sense. I am Lara Jo, Siren Song Lover, doing an energy read for the collective. Cave, initiation. 4. I love seeing 4. 4 is foundation. So again, going back to 4 walls in a house. How do you have on each side, when you have a divine counterpart or when you have a counterpart, how male and female, how do you have your each polarity and how do you balance each other out? So cave and initiation, 4, stability, foundation. The next card to come after that though is rose and love. So 33 adds up to 6. How are you when you heal? Dandelion, oh gosh. Okay, so dandelions do have amazing healing properties. They also have amazing healing magical properties when you think about it. We blow on a dandelion to make a wish, to send out into the atmosphere. So dandelion healing, spread your love, let it go, release it. Dandelion's very healing in teas. It's used for so many properties, which one day I'll tap in on. Heal your heart. Go into the cave for initiation. Build that foundation. Find your happiness within. Rose and love. So 33 is 6. 6 has to deal with emotions. It has to deal with the past. 6 is the number of lovers. 6 is the number of the devil and or man, which aren't we all both angel and devil? And isn't that also why it's super important to balance ourselves? So many of us are walking around as wounded little boys and wounded little girls, and honestly we both need to be like balanced in both sides of our masculine and our feminine. Women get wounded and then they're hyper masculine, and men get wounded and then they're hyper feminine. And it's like, okay, fire, intensity. 15 adds up to 6. Fire, intensity. Those flames, how are you fueling those flames? How are you cultivating your fire? How are you cultivating your fire? How are you flaming those passions? How are you tending to your family or your legacy or what you want to leave for the world behind as your statement? Moon, which is cycles. 5, love to focus on the moon and cycles, and 5 being a number for chaos and instability and there needing to be change. So the moon is constantly evolving. The moon changes through astrological signs every 2.5 days. It has a big deal though. The moon pulls the tides and the earth and the water and the waves. So when the moon or those secrets within you are keeping you in change, you're going to have to change those cycles. So the moon changing cycles, like it's constantly evolving or shedding its former identity. And we also need to constantly change and evolve and shed our former identity. Start releasing those secrets and start bringing to light, because when we are pulled by a force outside of us, we feel absolutely helpless. I worked in the medical field for a very long time, and I also worked in the restaurant industry for a very long time, and we used to have providers, or we used to have staff, and they'd be like, oh, it sure is quiet. Don't say that. Don't. Like, full moons are no jokes. Full moons pull the tides, and the ocean, like the world is made of over 70% water. Do you know how hard it is and how heavy water is and how much it takes to pull that? And the moon pulls full oceans. That being said, we are our own little internal ecosystem world, and we are also 70% water. So the moon pulls us too. The gravitational pull is real. People act closer to their true nature during full moons, because the pull of the pull causes us to act truer or more emotional during full moons. So this time of the month, I know that was a long rant. This time of the month, what's happening is we are all kind of going with what the moon's doing to us. We are involuntarily being pulled by the moon and just acting like true to nature. And that's why they say when werewolves turn, kind of thing. Family room. Decisions may have been made. 21, which goes down to 3. 3 always to me is communication. Meetings. So family room meetings happening. Were you invited? Did you get tea? Or were they talking about tea about you behind your back? Who knows? Let's see. I know that just switched gears. We're just seeing any messages come out. Anything resonates. Take the best, leave the rest. Great fortune. You know what? You're going to want to stick around for this, because whatever dealings have been done in family rooms. Great fortune. And this is 8. Great fortune is coming. There's communication coming in about a fortune. And this may be one that you have been anticipating. This is one maybe you've been wanting. This is one maybe you have no idea about. Yet open and receive. Let's see. Any other? Really, they don't want me talking about that, so. Unexpected income. 9. So 9, completion. Gosh, okay. 9, completion, unexpected income. Those are, my wish is fulfilled. So be prepared for just a windfall of money. And, you know, we as readers, okay, so there's a huge thing. We as readers are skeptical ourselves, because we hear things, we see things, and we're like, that's no way that's ever possible. Except it's real. So when people are skeptics or doubt us, like, shit, I'm doubting it too. So sometimes when we give details and you're like, oh, that really tracks, like, I don't know if that's a relevant detail. It just comes out, and then you're like, how did you know? No, it was like, I was here, that message was for you because it came out my mouth. I was just the messenger. So when we hear messages as readers, they're for us also. And the beauty in life is when you come upon a situation and you can see, maybe not all the information's for you, but some of the messages will vibe. Hi, honor. You've been putting in the work. High honor. 7. These are the choices that you have made in valor. These are the choices that you have made in the past. These are all paying off for you. So this high honor that's coming for you, and this great fortune, and this like windfall, and this unexpected money, you deserve it. You've earned that. Sit in that, embrace that, love that. Courthouse. Something that wasn't fair is going to go in your favor. Oh, these messages are like so all over the place. In the right direction. Like, these are messages that have been coming out for a long time, and it'd be nice when these situations are finally wrapped up. So it looks like there have been secret meetings and things that have been withheld from you. And that's, you've held it with composure and poise and grace that maybe no one else would understand. You're being recognized. You're getting high honor. That's the law, legalities, justice. Whew. It's all coming out in your favor. Let's see. Any other cards? Okay. Yes. So I'm going to give the affirmations cards. This is the Mindful Collective Daily Affirmations. So I'll just give a few more affirmations for this read. See how we're doing. I'm Larry Joe, Siren Song Lover. Should you wish to sow into my ministry, my Cash App is Siren Song Lover, capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, capital L for Lover. Let's see. We'll just say that's Pisces energy. Siren Song Lover for synchronicity and a confirmation, sitting on the rock. Today, caring for my energy is my first priority. Sit in your beautiful siren energy, that Queen of Cups, that Empress energy. Take care of yourself. Fill your cup first. If you do not fill your cup first, no one else will fill it for you. It's like when you're on a plane and there's an emergency. Put your mask on first. If you do not take care of yourself first, you cannot help anyone else. So take care of yourself. Today, caring for my energy is my first priority. Sit in that beautiful embodiment, that beautiful siren energy. Let's see what other cards we have in here for the daily affirmations. Oop. And a oop. All right. Oop. Okay. So Leo energy, and again, popping into that Leo season, fiery, following your dreams. There is wind in your hair and fire in your mane. I know my worth. I do not settle for less. Fuck yeah. So I know my worth. I do not settle for less. Standing in that bold embodiment, that Leo energy. Let's see. This is Moon. We're going to say I got some Pisces going on. How are you, the master manifester or the alchemist, like the alchemist of your life? I am already abundant beyond measure. So we're going to say Pisces. How are you taking all of the elements? The magician uses all of the elements. We use fire, air, earth, water, and source, number 5, to tie it all together. So the magician or the magic, master manifester, they use all of the elements. How are you using all of the elements within your environment to bring in what you want? You are already abundant beyond measure. You have so much more than you realize. I align everything I need in life simply by being me. Confirmation for that magician energy, that magic manifester Pisces. Just, I align everything in my life simply by being me. Okay. I'm Layer Joe, Siren Song Lover. Gonna pull one more card. I may come back in just a little bit. Maybe not. I'm gonna end there. I'll come back. Hope you have a beautiful night. Thank you for hanging out. Layer Joe, Siren Song Lover. Cash App is Siren Song Lover. Thank you.